Imagine you wake up in the morning, look out the window, and the sun is there, shining brightly as always. But as the hours pass and the day progresses, it simply doesn't move. What if the sun never set? No night, no stars, just an eternal day endlessly illuminating the world. Sounds crazy, right? Today, we're diving into this bizarre scenario and imagining how humanity, nature, and even our sanity will be transformed by a sun that refuses to take a break. Buckle up, because Journey is going to be lit literally. Let's start by thinking about how this could happen. Maybe millions of years ago, Earth stopped rotating on its axis due to some cosmic mishap. Who knows? A collision with a giant asteroid that halted its spin but miraculously left the planet habitable. Now, one side of Earth is forever bathed in sunlight, while the other is plunged into endless darkness. But for this story, let's focus on the illuminated side, where the sun shines 24/7. What would life be like in such a world? I can already feel the heat just imagining it. The first thing that comes to mind is that the concept of day and night would vanish, changing everything we know about time, work, and even sleep. Think about early humans in this scenario. Without the cycle of darkness to mark rest, they'd have to invent entirely new ways to organize life. Maybe they'd use shadows or the sun's angle, which, okay, wouldn't change much, but could still have subtle variations to create a sort of natural clock. Villages would spring up in strategic locations, perhaps near tall mountains casting long enough shadows to offer relief from the constant heat. And the heat, my friend, would be a huge factor. Tropical regions might become scorching deserts, while cooler areas, like Northern Europe, could become the new hotspots of civilization. I can picture our ancestors sweating buckets, trying to figure out how to survive without a break from the light. Now, let's expand on this. Agriculture would be an epic challenge. Plants that need cycles of light and darkness, like wheat or rice, might disappear or require crazy techniques, like covering them with artificial roofs to simulate night. On the other hand, sun-loving crops, like sunflowers or grapevines, could thrive like never before. Imagine endless fields of sunflowers all turned toward the sky, dancing in the eternal light, almost poetic, right? Except farmers would have to get creative, irrigating nonstop to keep everything from roasting. And animals? Poor things. Birds that sing at dawn would go hoarse from singing nonstop, and nocturnal creatures, like owls, might not even exist on this side of the planet. Human society would also be unrecognizable. Without night, concepts like night shift or bedtime would make no sense. People might work in short cycles, using sunglasses or masks to force rest. Cities could be built with giant domes or underground tunnels to provide a break from the light. And energy? Oh man, it'd be a revolution. Solar panels operating nonstop would turn the eternal sun into an infinite power source. Imagine entire civilizations running on clean energy since ancient times, no coal or oil, just the sun reigning supreme. I'm starting to think this world could be pretty interesting, despite the insane heat. Speaking of heat, what would culture look like in this scenario? Festivals would likely revolve around the sun, celebrating rare shadows when clouds or partial eclipses occurred. Religions might worship the sun as an immortal god who never abandons its children. Art and music would have vibrant tones, inspired by constant light, no melancholic shadows or romantic moonlight here. And if you're enjoying exploring this crazy idea with me, hit that like button to help me keep imagining these wild scenarios. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next videos. Now, back to our eternal day. What would science be like? Without visible stars, astronomy might take longer to emerge, but studies on the sun and solar energy could be centuries ahead of what we know. But it wouldn't all be sunshine and roses or sunflowers. In this case, human health would take a hit. Our bodies rely on the circadian rhythm, that internal clock telling us when to sleep and wake. Without darkness, this system would be a mess. Insomnia, chronic fatigue, and even mental health issues could become common. Doctors would have to invent drugs or dark chambers to mimic night and save people's sanity. And the constant heat. Habitable zones would shrink, forcing mass migrations to the poles or higher altitudes. I'm picturing floating cities on mountains, with giant fans blowing cool air while the sun burns below. Now, here's the most unexpected twist in this story. What if, after centuries of eternal day, Earth started spinning again? Maybe another cosmic event, another asteroid, perhaps gave the planet a nudge, and suddenly, night returned. Imagine the chaos. People who'd never seen darkness would panic, thinking the sun had died. Entire cultures built around eternal light would have to reinvent themselves from scratch. It'd be like an apocalypse in reverse. Instead of light ending the world, darkness would arrive as an invader. Animals extinct for generations, adapted to night, might reappear from some forgotten corner of the planet, and the starry night sky would become a terrifying yet fascinating mystery. As we wrap up this adventure, we can imagine an ending where humanity adapts to this new rotating reality. After the initial shock, people would learn to love the night, creating technologies to harness both the sun and the stars. Rebuilt cities would have artificial lights to mimic eternal day, but also observatories to explore the universe that had been hidden for so long. Agriculture will return to normal cycles, and sleep would be a rediscovered blessing. The world would find balance, but forever carry the scars of that illuminated past. Thinking about all this, I can't help but wonder, how would our lives be today if the sun hadn't set for millennia? Would we be tougher, more creative, or just more exhausted? And you, what do you think? How do you imagine the world if night suddenly arrived after an eternal day? Drop your thoughts in the comments because I'd love to hear them. This story has left me with so many questions, and I can't wait to explore more crazy ideas like this. Until next time, keep imagining.